Welcome to the Talk Show, the show where we dive deep into insightful conversation with the one and only Mr. Tushar Seth. I am your host, Arshit Tandon, and in today's episode, we will explore about leadership and mindset. So, without further ado, let's jump right in, uncover the wisdom and experience Mr. Tushar has to share.
Hi everyone. I have 8 plus years of software industrial experience, currently working as a senior STE. I had experience working with startups, big MNCs, product organizations, consulting companies. I have basically experience in solving complex problems by working in highly scalable systems. I have worked with colossal retail and organizations like Target, consulting companies like PwC, and a few startups. With respect to domain, I have an industrial experience of banking, finance, supply chain, e-commerce, analytics.
Are the difference in work culture between startup and big organization?
Basically in startup is mostly fast paced development hota hai. And if we talk about a big organization, it is more of a process oriented, and in process oriented streamlined uh, processes, approvals and all. Even for small decisions we need to take sometimes approvals. And in startup, basically you are owning the product. It's where we have to have an impact with stringent deadlines. uh, in big organization, business decision takes slowly. In startup it is mostly fast paced. And in startups the impact is very high. In big organization you will have a very less visibility as compared to startups. Nowadays startups are basically approaching in startup, basically learning curve is very big. uh, Impact is high. Even they give equity, जिससे आप थोड़ा सा आप स्टार्टअप पे जाना चाहते हो, स्टार्टअप ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो, इक्विटी देते हैं, कुछ बेनिफिट्स देते हैं, सो विच बेसिकली अट्रैक्ट देम. तो
Are the difference leadership style between the startup and big organization?
स्टार्टअप में वर्कलोड ज़्यादा रहता है, अनसर्टेनिटी है, रिस्क है. इन दिस करेंट मार्केट सिनेरियो ले ऑफ्स आर गोइंग. सो इस केस में पीपल डोंट वांटेड टू जॉइन स्टार्टअप. सो दे आर नाउ ट्राइंग डिफरेंट अप्रोचेस टू attract employees by giving some different benefits, giving more equity. It's like you are owning a part of organization. So that is basically attracting employees. Not, and also basically in startup we have a good quality work, maybe a stringent deadlines but a good quality work.
You have experienced more than 8 years. What kind of mindset you have before building your team?
In startup there is mostly a flat hierarchy. So any employee can go and talk with co-founders, founders. They can have a one-on-ones. They can go and have a friendly chat over coffee and all. So that basically creates a flat hierarchy, and you it's basically easily approachable. In big organization it is sort of a Chinese wall is there. We They have already started doing to improve that by having a skip level meetings, by having HR meetings where hiring managers are not there, only employees and HRs are there to understand what they wanted to improve as the processes. So that basically helps in big organizations. in again talking about startup, its visibility is more because less number of people, you are easily approachable, you are mostly visible. See, before hiring anyone, we have to understand on multiple factors. uh, First we need to understand what exactly is the requirement which you are hiring for. Requirement can be if there is a stringent deadlines we need to fulfill, then we might need to hire a specialized person who have like those technical skills or those leadership skills which is required for the particular specific role. If we don't have a stringent deadlines, maybe we can think of a person who is more positive person, positive attitude person. He is having a learning capability and good attitude and adaptable person, then we can opt for that type of a person. So we should see also see other factors like diversity and team dynamics. Suppose like if you are let me give you an example. Saurav Ganguly match winner select करता था, तो मैच विनर सेलेक्ट करता था एंड ही यूज टू बैक पीपल, he used to trust people कि he can do work. If he is also failing, they have a fallback also कि how we can cope up. We have that margin of deadlines, some 1 week or something, so we can cope up with that perspective and we can hire a match winners. So that is understand the roles and responsibilities and understand what tech skills, what soft skills, uh, what skills basically need from particular for this particular hire. We can see multiple factors like including also we need to understand the diversity also in our team. If there is a no we should understand on the diversity also. We should understand about the team dynamics, how the team dynamics is there in the current our team. We should also see the match winners, like if we should go for a person who is more of match winner, or you can say a good positive attitude. Those things basically we judge to hire someone. देखो, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि वी नीड टू हायर फॉर अ स्टार्टअप कंपनी एंड इट इज़ हैविंग वेरी स्ट्रिंजेंट डेडलाइंस. तो हम एम्प्लॉयर का बैकग्राउंड भी देखते हैं कि from where, which companies he has worked, which startups, whether he will be able to handle the pressure or not, he will be able to work in a fast paced environment or not. So multiple factors कंसिडर करने पड़ते हैं, और कितना टफ है बंदा, कंस्ट्रक्टिव फीडबैक लेगा कि नहीं लेगा. तो ये सब सिनेरियोज हम लोग को समझना पड़ता है कि वेदर वी शुड हायर हिम ऑन दैट रोल, if he whether he fits or not. So ये सब factors देखने पड़ते हैं. Sometimes team dynamics also changes, like again I will give example of cricket. जब सौरव गांगुली लेता था तो मैच विनर सेलेक्ट करता था. If coming to the MS Dhoni scenario or Virat Kohli, they work on a fitness thing because it's a fast paced. So we need to understand we might need to hire a people who can work fast, also work under so much pressure with fitness. जैसे वहाँ वर्क करते थे वैसे ही skills जितनी prime skills हैं जिसके पास आजकल AI/ML है. We also see like who is seeing the learning curve and having those skills even by learning by himself. So that adaptability we need to change for our team also. So we should consider those perspective also, and sometimes we have to take tough decisions also, like nowadays layoffs are happening. So we need to take tough decision. People say that layoffs happen because people have just a big salary और ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस हो गया उनको हटा दिया. But there are multiple factors which consider in layoff also. Uh, Not only that, we need to understand which business is impacting, which business is not impacting, how many employees are working for that team. If we have to reduce some numbers, we need to understand on the basis of who is working more or who is working less.
How do you motivate your team?
See, there are like multiple things which you can do and motivate employees. Like nowadays, Fun Friday. There are like we can go for team outings for any achievement for a project. We take team for dinner, for drinks, booze and all. You can understand. सारी चीज़ें कंपनीज ट्राई कर रही हैं एम्प्लॉयर को कल्चर अच्छा प्रोवाइड करने के लिए बेसिकली लाइक दे प्रोवाइड वन डे लर्निंग you can skip the project work, you can learn whole day and build anything. Also doing hackathons, even for culture basically they are also providing team lunches, like every day lunch is free or snacks pantry is full. These things basically they do.
Are the different leadership style between the startup and big organization?
सारी चीज़ें कंपनीज ट्राई कर रही हैं एम्प्लॉयर को कल्चर अच्छा प्रोवाइड करने के लिए बेसिकली लाइक दे प्रोवाइड वन डे लर्निंग, यू कैन skip the project work, you can learn whole day and build anything. Also doing hackathons, even for culture basically they are also providing team lunches, like every day lunch is free or snacks pantry is full. These things basically they do.
What kind of advice would you like to give to a person who is entering to the corporate sector?
First of all, they should socialize, they should build a network, they should adapt to the social culture which is happening. First is like visit as much as conferences, do live projects in place of just learning the theory. Go for good organization internship, visit different organizations. If you can, if you have friends, you can visit the organization and understand the culture. Then build a solid LinkedIn profile, that is the must. Use nowadays like AI and ML are there, so use chat GPT promptly. Then go for hackathons, participate in as many competition as possible, build a GitHub profile or a website, a very good profile, get very good portfolio, basically good portfolio.
Now let's start the excitement segment of this show. It's called Rapid Fire. Do you prefer more equity or a base salary?
Equity.
Or do you prefer a remote culture or a hybrid culture?
Hybrid culture.
Or tech manager or a non-tech manager?
Tech manager.
Do you prefer team bonding over a lunch or a boozing?
Boozing.
And do you prefer FANG or a new startup?
In this current market, startup.
Good leader does not create followers, they create more leaders. I am glad you enjoy our podcast. It was my pleasure to assist you. Despite the light tone, I aim to provide meaningful and factful information. I look forward to our future interaction. Feel free to reach out whenever you have more questions or topic to discuss. Have a great future. Bonding over lunch or a boozing? Boozing. Boozing.
अरे